Ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens of America and listeners around the world, I do not stand before you today to read a document that has been prepared by committees, carefully crafted to please everyone, but that ultimately carries no real message. Nor do I come to announce a policy hastily decided in closed rooms in Washington, far removed from the realities and pulse of the world. I stand here before this nation and before history because there are moments when silence becomes a mistake and adherence to established paths becomes cowardice. There are moments when a leader must set aside conventional political calculations and listen to an unexpected voice, an echo from the past that has the power to reshape the future. That voice, ladies and gentlemen, does not come from a longtime ally or a familiar power. It comes from a land that has been a symbol of division and war, a name that has been seared into the hearts of a generation of Americans. That voice comes from Vietnam. Not long ago, at the world's greatest forum, the United Nations General Assembly, a place where speeches are often coated in a glossy foreign paint, where criticism is often hidden behind flowery language, I listened to the speech of the President of Vietnam. Amid hundreds of speeches, amid countless appeals and declarations that have become routine, there was something different, a solemn silence that enveloped the room when he spoke. It was not an angry attack, not a bitter lament about the past. It was a request spoken with quiet dignity, deep respect, and unadulterated confidence. He looked straight at us and asked the United States to reconsider its policy toward Cuba, to lift a barrier that had existed for more than half a century. A nation that had confronted us in the most fierce war of the 20th century, a war that reshaped American society and politics, now stood up not to demand, but to suggest. They did not speak of their own wounds. They spoke of their conscience. And it was that sincerity, without any embellishment, without any profit, that forced me and forced the conscience of America to stop and listen seriously. Why Vietnam? Why does their voice among countless other voices have such special weight? The answer does not lie in military strength or economic stature. It lies in an invisible but extremely powerful power, the power of morality and of a living historical testimony. Vietnam is more than a country on a map. It is a story, an epic of rebirth, an undeniable testament that the past need not be a permanent prison for the future. To understand this, we must journey together, back through the painful and courageous history that binds our two peoples, and forced us to confront painful questions about our role in the world. For many Americans, it was a chapter of history marked by loss, sacrifice, and mistakes. But from the ashes of that war, a miracle emerged. Look back over the 3 decades since we normalized relations. It was not an easy road. It required extraordinary courage on both sides. We were sworn enemies. The Vietnam War was more than a military event. It was a deep tear in the American soul. It tore families apart, shook faith in government,